Paddy, good morning.
Morning, Nick. How are you?
You've had many fine days as a rider. You've had many fine days out of the saddle in all sorts of different capacities. You like wearing many hats. How did yesterday's cap fit?
Sorry, Nick. Just hold on there.
Has he got us?
Ring me. Yesterday was a very special day. Nick, yeah, surreal day. Obviously, we purchased Leloopa as our first syndicate horse. Ran at Worcester the first time. You know, didn't run amazingly well, but changed tactics next time at Newton Abbott, and then suddenly, yeah, we developed a plan. Incredible story, and yeah, what a day.
Tell me the story.
Well, just how we got her. You know, we got her out of a field in Ireland. She's very, very cheap. And when she came, you know, we give her a timer, bring her back to mine, and just give them a bit of TLC, and you know, make a plan on where they're going to be trained. And yeah, just a hell of a journey. When it's your first syndicate horse, Nick, you're literally begging people to become a member. It's hard to sell shares, but yeah, she has been the start, and I owe her so much.
And you were talking to Ollie on ITV Racing yesterday, and talking about getting some of your mates back into racing who'd been lost to the sport, and also talking about some of the difficulties in setting up and administering these partnerships. Maybe just come to that bit in a moment. But first of all, the people you've got back in, why do you think they'd left in the first place?
Yeah, probably financially. Some of them, Nick, having your own horse has become extremely expensive. You know, if you run a horse, if a horse doesn't run a month, training fees can be over 2,000, and if they run, it can be another however mile it is to get to the race course, and that's without a result. So yeah, financially, I think, you know, COVID, many times it just became the first thing a person would have had to get rid of was his racehorse. And as I say, I've owners that I've ridden for over a number of 27 years. One by one, I'm getting round to them. A lot are saying yes, some are saying no, but yeah, I love the chase, Nick, and yeah, it's going well so far.
It is, and you bought a bumper winner yesterday for Tony Bloom as well, so things going great.
Yeah, Jack Andrews put this horse to me, and I loved him. I got a video, and yeah, straight away I wanted to buy him. But I bought him myself, Nick. I had no one. I bought him in my own name, 80,000. Didn't really have 80,000, but yeah, I put my neck on the line, and it was through a lad called Sean Graham. I messaged everyone, couldn't sell him. Just trying to get someone to believe in him like I did. And yeah, Sean Graham he's been a good friend for years, and he mentioned him to Tony Bloom, and yeah, I think they've got a hell of a horse now.
I'll tell you what, when you buy one on spec for 80 grand, with 80 grand you don't have, you need a Tony Bloom as your guardian angel.
Yeah, I've got a few people look after me, Nick, and we never panic too much. We've got investors with Cotswold bloodstock, and yeah, look, it's a high-risk sport, but ever since being a jockey, no risk I'll take from now on will be as high as that.
Paddy, let's come back to this point about syndicates, about administering partnerships and trying to make it a little more straightforward for people to become owners. How much of a barrier to entry are you finding that? How problematic has it been for you of late? Yeah,
Nick, I thought to start with it would be a case of just buying the horse, setting up the syndicate, ABC, but the admin side is heartbreaking. And I'm one of the lucky ones now. I've got a license. I've got a syndicate manager's license or whatever you need to fill a syndicate. Like, for anyone that's trying to get into it now as a syndicate manager, it's next to impossible. And making it so hard for anyone to run a syndicate. Like Weatherby's, it's okay for me to mention Weatherby's, but you know, they're going to come with their response. But I think us as syndicate members are maybe taking the rap for something that's went on with one or two people in Weatherby's regarding money. And I think they got to be careful of who they're pointing the finger at here, because for a syndicate member to come into racing, you've seen it yourself at Cheltenham. One race was a race between Willie Mullins and Gordon Elliott. We do not want to see that. We want to compete, and to get someone into racing is difficult. And then basically asking them how much they earn, how much they have. Again, I'm lucky to have some people in my syndicates that have got a lot of money, but not all of them want to show that. And yeah, it's just a few things need to be tweaked. Nick, we need to work together. There's no real way around it without Weatherby. So as I say, hopefully in 6 months or a year's time, they'll make things a whole lot easier.
We've got Paul Johnson, the Chief Executive of the National Trainers Federation, on a little bit later on, and it's something I'll certainly be raising with him, because it would felt the trainers' ire at the NTF AGM earlier in the week over this subject. So it's crucial that we get as many owners in as possible. It strikes me, Paddy, that you are enjoying life at the moment. Is the impression right?
Yeah, it's different, Nick. Am I enjoying life? Absolutely. I'm winning, Nick. I'm winning with great young lads that I grew up with, like Tom Broughton yesterday, all them young jockeys that I'm working with. You know, I'm giving them the chance that I was lucky enough to get. And, you know, my first instruction is no rush to the start. I told Liam Harrison in the bumper yesterday, you ride this like it's 100-1. And when you think you're going to win, stay where you are. It's just giving the lads confidence, Nick. I've been there. It's a high-pressure job, and some young lads are under far too much pressure, which all boils down from the trainers, the owners. My job is to take as much pressure on that man that puts his legs around any horse I've had to do with.
But of course, while you were delighting in everything going on at Kelso, and you're mentoring young riders, doing great things for you, you're enjoying your owners, you got your legs on the ground, and down at Newbury, your old mucker Fergal O'Brien was racking up a four-timer. Funny how it all happened on the same day.
Yeah, I was saying to my wife this morning, I could never be left out, could I? Fergal has 4 winners and I'm stuck right in the middle. I think Leloopa is probably his biggest winner this season, a £100,000 race. But no, brilliant for Fergal. Obviously, when you retire and you're still trying to tell him how to train, it brings arguments, but there was no arguments last night.
Are you still managing to love each other and annoy each other in equal measure?
Yeah. Oof. We're still together.
So the ratio may not be quite 50-50,
no,
but there's enough love there.
Yeah, we still support Fergal. He's been brilliant to me and my family. There's things in life you never ever forget, Nick. So yeah, we're winners, and sometimes being winners, it brings friction, it brings arguments, but we're all wanting that one result: win.
Paddy, you're a star. Thanks so much.
Brilliant, appreciate it. Cheers, lads.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.